Welcome to Doctor in the House. Once again, we're visiting with Niccie Kliegl from Fulfill Your Legacy in Alton. Good morning, Niccie. What would you like to speak to us about today?
Hi, Cammie. Yes, I am going to talk about goals that we might be setting for 2018. I'm so excited with the new year coming, and I just wanted to give people a little heads up so they could think on them good throughout December and be ready to go.
So many of us have the best of intentions, and it doesn't always end up that way, does it?
That's right. Usually when I do this show, I kind of go through this problem, word, gift, choice, and the problem is just that we sometimes have this where we look back and we think, okay, for one, I either didn't meet my goal that I had if I did make one. Maybe it's that I didn't even make a goal and set a challenge for myself. Maybe it's a dream that you have and you just don't dare want it. Or maybe it's just that you've lived a little bit idle last year. I mean, we have a pretty comfortable life around here, and it's easy to just kind of get into that copacetic kind of way.
That's very true. What, Niccie, does the Word say about setting goals for ourselves, and how can we live better by making better choices in the new year?
I always like to get to the word being a spiritual coach as well. So Ecclesiastes 11:4-6 is the verse I'm going to talk about a little bit, but I love it because we have a lot of farmers around us, and there's this little reference to the fact, farmers, we can't just wait for the perfect weather to plant. We have to sort of plant that seed and trust and do the work. It talks about planting the seed early in the morning and then keeping busy all day long. And that's what I'm really encouraging people to do is, I love doing this for people, helping them reach their goals, but they've got to dare to dream and dare to have a goal and then just go for it. And so the Word's telling you, let's go for it.
And when we do that, when we follow what the Word says and heed the Lord's calling, we get a gift if we do it. What's the gift this week?
Absolutely, and I really love this too because, it talks a little bit about we don't know for sure if it's going to be one thing that helps us out, the other thing that helps us out, or both that helps us out from Ecclesiastes. But we need to remember Matthew speaks a lot about seek first the kingdom of God, and all these things will be added to you. So while you're planting, I always have a twofold here, but while you're planting and working hard at your goal, remember that to keep that goal partnered with God, and then it will work out. And then we can have the faith to just keep moving forward. We don't get caught up in the day-to-day things. We just make our plans. We listen to God's direction. We follow His direction. And we just trust, like Matthew says, that it's going to work out.
And to wrap things up, Niccie, you always leave us with the challenge of considering the choice.
Yeah, next year is coming. We are getting close. I've got some pretty exciting things throughout this month. The last 2 weeks of December, I'm going to be putting out a free webinar, and it's going to be to help people that, don't really need coaching, but they really want to kind of take this serious and have a God-partnered goal for 2018. And so I'm going to do a webinar to help people do that free. And then also a local pastor is going to be helping me find a way. We're going to be putting it out onto the web, so Facebook and all over, where people can learn the whole Bible so they can seek the Word in a year. And it's not a regular way. It's a unique way that's easy. It's going to be once a week, one reading that you can either read on your own or listen over audio, and it will get you the whole concept of the whole Bible in 1 year. And I think that's a really good challenge, too.
And Niccie, if any of our listeners out there have any questions for you, is there a way they can contact you? Maybe a web source they can use to get some more information about these tools?
Absolutely. So go to NiccieKliegl.com. That's my website. There's going to be a lot of links and things on there, lots of free stuff you can get too. Go to my free resources page. But also on my Facebook page, Niccie Kliegl is my personal one, and then Niccie Kliegl, Fulfill Your Legacy is my work one, and that's where they'll see these two free things coming up, the year-round Bible learning and then also the webinar. So I'd love to have everyone there, and thank you, Cammie, for your help today.
You are so welcome. You've been listening to Doctor in the House. Our guest was Niccie Kliegl from Fulfill Your Legacy in Alton. Tune in next time for another edition of Doctor in the House.